All right, everybody, we are live. This is Iman Mitchell, the Thousand Hair Maker, here coming to you with another great hangout with a guy who just had the honor of hosting a Solavei social with the founder of the company, Mr. Ryan Wirch. I'm here with Mr. Ryan Floyd from the Florida area. Is that correct?
That's right, Tampa, Florida.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. Well, first off, I just want to thank you so much for your time and this hangout. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to it. I heard your story a while ago on a call, and I was like, man, who is this guy? Because the things you were saying were just so on point. But I'm going to let you go ahead, and we love to do these things. Folks love them. They like to take notes and implement some things that they use into their business that maybe you're doing. So just go ahead, though, tell us your story. Tell us the quick little autobiography, a little bit about yourself, and what's your story?
Sure. It's something that I do daily is I share my story, and I think that's what I love about Solavei is, facts tell, but stories sell. So you don't need to be an expert on GSM versus CDMA or all that kind of stuff, but you got to just be passionate about sharing your story. So our story is this. I've done all sorts of things, and my wife and I met because I was working for a Christian ministry. We traveled around the country, and that's how we connected. I came back and into Tampa, Florida, where I was originally from, became a firefighter paramedic. Then my wife and I started having kids, and our heart and our desire is that she could always stay home, and our desire is to homeschool our kids. And to make that possible, I had been working extra shifts. I didn't want her to have to leave the home and leave the kids. We have 3 beautiful kids, and so when I saw Solavei, it just made sense that I was paying honestly about the same. It was not a plan as good as what we have with Solavei, but we had to work on a budget. I had a single income, just firefighter paramedic income. That's all I had to work with, and we were going to make it work. We were determined. That was where our conviction was. So when I saw Solavei, it was a no-brainer. We switched both of our lines over, and within about 2 weeks, we had referred enough other people, enrolled enough other people in Solavei that our mobile service was completely free.
Wow.
And at the time, the fast action bonus was a little bit more. So I completed my FAB. My wife was my very first enrollment. Completed our first 12. Which again, Mom, thanks for having me. I love your philosophy of 12-4-12, your team. I think you're doing some amazing stuff. I think Solavei is very blessed to have you. So got our 12, turned around and did the exact same thing with my wife. She got her 12. And when I had got my first 12, by the way, it was like the day or two before Ryan was coming to Tampa on the I Am Solavei tour. The CEO of the company was going to be here in town, and I had the opportunity to go to a leadership meeting if I completed my 12. So I made it happen. I was like, I don't care what it's going to take. I'm going to go out and find that 12th person. And thankfully we did. And so I was able to go to a breakfast with Ryan Wirch and Rob McFadden and Stacy Wallace and some of the top leaders in the company, Larry Wallace, and I was really sold that morning. I remember it hit me. I was like, you know what? This is a solid company. These are solid people. And I was sold out. I was like, this company is awesome, And so, and again, at the time, I had been picking up extra shifts at the fire department. We can work as a paramedic for NFL games, NHL games, and other things in the Tampa area. So I was always picking up extra shifts to be able to make our budget work. So what Solavei has done within about 2 months had completely changed our life. We completed our fast action bonus. We had $1,300 in our pockets in just bonus money. So on a single income, that was amazing. And the residual income just started growing to where, again, I haven't had to work an extra shift in 6 months.
Wow.
Since we began Solavei.
Wow.
That is life-changing. It's not, to me, I could care less about how much money I make. To me, it's about debt freedom and time freedom. I don't want to be in debt. We've been very blessed that we don't have mounds of debt, but I love to be 100% debt free. There was a time in our life where my wife and I, before kids, BC, or BK, it's been a long day. BK before kids that we were 100% debt free and even had our house paid off. I mean, it was amazing. So as kids come, we need a little more room. So long story short, I'd love to be back to that complete place of 100% debt freedom and have that time freedom now that I can play with my kids at home. My business is right here. I can go anywhere with this thing, and I absolutely love it. You know, today we don't live but 45 minutes from Disney, and we were blessed with annual passes, and I took the kids over to Disney today. And guess what? I was leaving a paper trail of Solavei with Mickey Mouse today. After we left Disney, and it was actually an arranged trip. I was like, well, let's go to Disney because I got a guy in Orlando. I can go sign up. So we went and visited the mouse and signed up a guy for Solavei on the way home.
Wow.
So, I mean, I love the fact that we have a mobile business. It's given my family, again, a way to achieve debt freedom, a way to have time freedom, that I'm not working jobs outside the home. A lot of firefighters all work second jobs, or they have lawn businesses, pool businesses here in Florida. Everybody has a pool business. I mean, all these type of jobs, but all those jobs took me away from the home. So I love the fact that I can sit here at home, not be but a yell away from my wife. Hey, can you come help me with this? Can you help change this diaper or whatever? And I can be here at home. And so I just love this company. I mean, I love the fact our slogan, we're powered by relationships. You know, I didn't become a firefighter paramedic because I was going to become a millionaire. I did it because it just fit. I love helping people, and so that's what this company is all about. We're all about helping people, you know, get free self-service, get extra income, and bless their families as well. So, man, we're just so thankful for Solavei. It truly has blessed our life.
Wow, and that. I love that story because I remember there's a book by a guy named Timothy Ferriss called The 4-Hour Workweek that really changed the way that I do business and the way I look at things. But one of the things he said was that people don't necessarily want to be millionaires, but they do want to experience the type of lifestyle that they feel like $1 million can give them.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
You're good.
Go potty. Go check on Mom. Can you say hi? Say hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Okay, go potty. Go see Mommy. Go see Mommy.
It's the beautiful thing about working from home. So,
I love it. I love it.
You can't trade it for the world.
No.
Now, instead, so you pretty much told us, you know, why you joined Solavei and things of that nature. So I want to talk. We talked pre-hangout about the tools, and this is something I'll probably ask a whole lot more. But you know, what's your opinion on a lot of the tools that are coming out? You know, there's several systems that people are using right now. Mm-hmm. But, you know, what's your opinion on people using third-party tools or even corporate tools as it relates to building this business? Do you think it could really make a difference? Or what is it that really helps someone build a large network with Solavei?
Yeah, I think, man, there are so many great tools. I love the fact that Solavei, since we came in day one before it launched, I've seen them progress and continue to make the landing page that each user gets, solavei.com/username, continue to make it better, continue to come out with new video, new tools that we can use, make the back office more effective. I mean, they're constantly, they just came out with I know the main tool set you're talking about. There's so many ways and tools out there to market both offline and online. You know, they've already have pre-made flyers. And there's just so many creative people that are willing to share, hey, I need a tear-off flyer. Can someone help me out? But I think tools are great. And I would say there's not a one size. Let me put it this way. Each person might use a different set of tools in a different way. You know what I mean? Some person might feel very comfortable offline. Their skill set might be belly to belly. Their skill set might be you know, I know how to turn on the computer and I know how to click the AOL email thing. That's about it. So when we start talking tweeting and all sorts of stuff like that, they might be like, what? I don't even have an account. I don't know what that means. Hashtag? What's a hashtag? So I'm not going to be trying to, you know, I say start with what you're good at first. Let's start with that first. Let's help you figure out how to share in that tool set you're used to. And then we can add new tools to the tool belt. But all that to say is, at the end of the day, more importantly than any tool, I think, is that desire or disgust with your current circumstances is more powerful than any tool you can acquire. Because without that determination that I'm going to succeed, just a grit of I'm going to make this work, I'm going to keep pushing hard, then it doesn't matter how great they make the tool if you're not applying it, and there's not that daily filling the pipeline and daily commitment to your business, then it won't grow, because you could spend all the money on all the greatest systems or tools, or you could go to print out millions of flyers, but if you never actually get it in a person's hand, it's ineffective. So tool is only as effective as well as you're going to apply it. So I think the tools that Solavei continues to put out are great. I would say start with what tool you're most comfortable with, and then get with your sponsor and start putting some new tools on that tool belt. Hey, I don't know how to do this. You know, I think you put out awesome content on how to share Solavei daily on Twitter, how to share Solavei this and that. So and you can start adding those new things. All the great trainings that you put out are wonderful. So
yeah, I'm trying to keep up with you, man. You know something I just realized though is that I had to connect. I was like, this is Ryan Floyd, and then because I'd seen your channel for a while, We Build Trios. For those who don't know, this is the infamous Ryan. You do have the We Build Trios YouTube channel, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and where you talk about starting. I've shared your videos with starting Solavei on a budget and the different phones, and I mean just immense valuable content. So it's like when I connected the dots, I was like, oh man, I can talk to this guy. Okay, I was excited. So I probably put two and two together. But now when it comes to that belly-to-belly style that I think most of us do engage in at one point or another, but what do you personally say to the people that you talk to about Solavei? Do you have like an opening line, or I mean, what do you say when you talk to somebody? Ask them those questions or what?
Yeah, I really believe that facts tell, but stories compel. And so I think if you can learn to package your story, I think that is the most effective way to share Solavei, because it becomes very authentic and genuine, that you're just sharing your story. It's not something you have to memorize and script out, but rather if you have a good packaged story and you consistently share it, I think that's very powerful. And so how do I share Solavei, or what would I do belly to belly? I did it today. We ate somewhere. I saw a guy had a firefighter shirt on, a Tampa Bay Rays hat on. So I look at that stuff, and that's a way that I can now engage with somebody. You know, if he's got something that I can relate to, and hey, did you see that game or whatever, and just engage with them. But the bottom line was I shared my story in like 30 seconds. We were in passing. He's like, really interesting. I said, yeah, here's a flyer. I handed him a little card, and I said, man, I'd love to help you out. Give me a call. So a package story is very powerful. And when I say packaged, you don't want to Sola vomit all over them. Okay, you don't want to listen. You $49, and then there's GSMA, and then there's a cruise, and then you can get it for free. And if you get 9 trios, you get a fast action bonus. And then I mean, I don't know if you ever seen Over the Hedge. You see that cartoon? The little, anyways, if you ever see Over the Hedge with your kids, it's the little I don't remember, the little squirrel. He's just, I mean, he's just flipping out, you know, and you don't want to do that. If you have a just more concise, like 30 seconds, package story. Here's where I was, here's what I saw, here's what I did, and here's where I'm going. That's it.
Wow.
You know, have it more packaged. And so write that out. Here's where I was, here's what I saw, here's what I did, and here's where I'm going. So, and if somebody's asked themselves, well, man, I just started. I've enrolled one person. I don't have some great, glorious story of free service yet. Well, lean on other people's story. You know, lean on your sponsor story, or find someone. They do member highlights of people sharing their story. Or you hear something on a call or on a hangout, and someone shares their story like I just shared with you. Take it, steal it, and say, hey, I know this guy Ryan. He's a firefighter in Tampa, Florida. He eliminated his bill in 2 weeks. And he's replaced all the time that he had to go away from his family, and he's able to work from home now. Until you've built a story, share other people's stories. and or share where you want to go. You know, just share your passion and excitement. You know, I'm so excited that I can actually get free service and maybe even make some extra money for my family. What? Really? Your cell phone's going to do that? You know, whatever. So, yeah, let me get your email. I want to send you the 6-minute video. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, and you know that's so. I try to tell people that I think some people aren't necessarily comfortable with doing that. But I remember another company that I was in. What they did was they actually printed up a magazine of some of the big money earners, and they put out all these magazines. So what some of the new people would do is literally carry around this magazine and say, "Hey, look, I'm in this company, and this is who I'm working with," and they will point to their sponsor in this publication that that people would actually see and lay eyes on, and actually as they borrowed the story from those other people, it would help them in turn be successful. So you're so right. If you're watching this, and like Ryan said, if you don't have that story yet, you can borrow mine. For those who don't know, I'm a teacher, former teacher. Now I just do it part-time at a local early college. But I mean, started 4 months later, reached thousandaire status. I'm nobody really special. I'm just a regular guy that chose to tell a few friends. They told a few friends. They told a few friends, and here I am. And so there you go. You can share my story. It doesn't really matter. But now, some people, they let a fear of, well, I'll just call it a fear of rejection, honestly. They'll let that hold them back from achieving their goals. But in your opinion, how do you deal with the rejection that comes along with doing something like Solavei?
I think it all points back to keeping a focus of why you're doing it. Keep focused in on, if somebody joins Solavei, I want to know their goals. Is your goal just to get free service? Because I'm not going to give you this whole grand plan about making thousands of dollars if you're just like, hey, look, I just like to get free service. That would be great. But if they want to make an extra 200, or if they want to make an extra 2,000, I need to know that. So first of all, know what their goals are, and then let's define your purpose. Okay, let's figure out why are you doing this? And I think if that purpose is clearly defined, when you're rejected, it doesn't matter. Who cares? You know what I mean? If you get hung up on, I've got hung up on. If you get told that's a pyramid scheme, I've been told that. I've heard everything in the book thrown at me. So you just take that stuff and you go, all right, next. Because you're so focused in on you want to help that person. Listen, there's some people. I wish so much that they could get it, but it doesn't matter how great you continue to share, and some people will just not get it. That's okay. I think those are the hardest people for me, is I want it more for them than they want it for themselves. And I've had to learn to just say, I've tried to share with them. They're not interested, and I have to force myself to move on.
Yeah.
I'm always there. I passively, support them in a sense. I mean, passively let them know I'm here if they ever need me. But I mean, rejection's gonna come. So in terms of combating it, is just keeping that purpose. Up here on our board, you can see here.
Yeah.
We have some of our goals written out. So write out your goals. Why are you doing this? Write out some tangible goals for you within reach, and keep them in the forefront and focus in on them. Don't lose sight of your focus, of your goals, and stay focused on them. I mean, for me, it's my kids, and I want to be able to give back more. At the end of the month, I wasn't able to give to some of my missionary friends or do some of the things that we want to do, and now we can. And so just keep that focus keep focused on why you're doing this business, and the rejections will come. You see them, I see it. They're there. So, and just keep on it.
Yeah, one of the things I was actually glad to get hung up on, but it's only the guy that I called hung up on me. But see, I saw it as a time saver. I remember a guy with a training that I attended said perspective is really your best friend in doing something like Solavei. It's all on how you look at stuff. Because sometimes if you have to drag someone into something like this, that's how it's going to remain throughout the duration of your relationship with them, where they're constantly leaning on you and depending on you, and it's just not a good space to be in. So a 2-for-1 question with this next one: what is the hardest and easiest thing about doing Solavei?
I think the hardest thing is, like I said, sometimes I think I want it more for the individual than themselves. I think honestly, I mean, I think here's the hardest thing. I think time management, and I think that's with any business or anything in life, but I think you just really have to maintain balance. I think you have to be able to make sure you're having enough quality time with your family. I mean, I'm just a driven guy, and I want to do great things, and I have to at the same time, am I keeping everything, am I giving enough time to my wife? You know, am I spending enough time with my kids? Am I keeping my current responsibilities up to par? Am I letting things that I shouldn't be letting go? So I think the hardest thing is just keeping balance. And I think really the easiest thing is just our what we offer is very simple. I think this business is not hard. I mean, I think it's very simple. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But in terms of growing a business and growing a network, I think people can get trios and get free service. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to, as though that's hard. But when we talk about building a business and really building a network that can residually pay you and give you the type of freedom that you've seen and I've seen, I think it's being consistent. And I think it's very simple, though. I think $49, unlimited talk, text, data. That's it. No contracts, no credit check. It's a very simple. You don't have to pull out some big catalog and memorize a bunch of stuff. You know. So I think the hardest thing is keeping balance, and I think the easiest part is just that what we offer is just so enticing. You know, it's so appealing to the average person. Whereas, you know, like I know of another company my friend is very successful in. The buy-in for that company is about $2,300. If you want to be able to maximize the amount of income that you can make with the company, you got to be able to buy $2,300 of product. Now, it's a good company, good product and stuff, but the average person just doesn't have $2,300 sitting in a sock drawer. Yeah. But if you got somebody with a SIM card that you know, $49, that's it. And you have a business, the ability to grow a business on your hands. Yeah. You're replacing something you're already paying for. So again, I mean, no brainer. I absolutely love it.
Wow, I love these. Every time I do one of these, I get more and more inspired by the stories that I get to hear. So, you know, I just want to thank you for your time with this. Real quick, the next question: what do you say, or what would you say to a person who maybe seen Solavei, or maybe they've just enrolled and they want to build a big organization? They're one of those people that says, you know what? They look at that. I think would just pay us 20 grand, and they say, you know what? I want to work to get there. I want to build a larger organization and really make this thing work. What would you say to that?
I would say first and foremost, let's define your goals. So you were talking about they want to go big time. That's great. Secondly, define your purpose, and then thirdly, I would start with some baby steps. I don't want to teach them how to get to $20,000. I want to teach them how to get their first trio. Let's get your 12. Let's not, and then we'll start talking there. But I would say, you know, honestly, if somebody says I own 100 cell phone stores and I'm looking to sign up for Solavei, I don't get excited. I wouldn't get excited. You know what I get excited about? You being in reach of a regional event and you buy your ticket. You know, that you see a big event or a social and you actually go. Like that, to me, I'm more excited about that than the guy that says I own 100 stores. The reason being is because it doesn't matter if he owns 100 stores or he has the ability to utilize it. If he might not ever utilize it in any way, shape, or form, but I'll take a stay-at-home mom or you know, just a Joe Schmo, whoever, who's just got that grit and that determination that I'm disgust with their financial circumstances, that I am going to go to work and make this thing happen. So I'd say get your 12, and then I would say, you know, if you can get to a regional event, you know, this weekend in Dallas, or next month in Orlando, or in Los Angeles the month after that, or you look at the schedule and whatever's coming up and you get your ticket and you make a commitment that I'm going to be there and I'm going to bring as many people as I can with me. That is what I would do, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Are you going to be in Orlando?
I will be in Orlando.
I will see you there.
We're excited. I'm looking forward to meeting you.
All right, same here, same here. Now, this is something that a lot of people struggle with, I think in a lot of different companies. It's something that has been dubbed analysis paralysis, whereby they'll spend hours in the back office, or they'll feel like they need to know every single thing about Solavei and GSM and CMDA and how to unlock a phone and all this other type of stuff. But, in your opinion, how important is product knowledge? We do have a business that does have a technological aspect of it, that of cell phones and SIM cards, etc. But, how important is product knowledge in your opinion?
I would say product knowledge is nice. When you're getting started, it's not necessary. The best thing that I think you could do is if you have a good plug into a lot of the trainings, and you'll pick that stuff up. But give you an example. We have a friend here in our area. Her name's Leah. Leah probably doesn't know a lot. She's going to give you the acronym of GSM and CDMA, meaning break that down and explain to you what that means. She doesn't know. But what she's done is she's like, hey, I'm excited. I just switched my phone service to Solavei. And she's gotten 6 people. She has 2 trios, so she's paying $9 a month. And all she's done is, hey, you should talk to my friend Bree, and has got people on the phone with my wife. And you know what my wife's done? She's just shared our story. And that's it. So again, going back to the facts tell, stories compel. Stories will compel someone to action stronger than rattling off every little factoid about the data plan and about LTE versus 4G versus 3G. I mean, listen, I think if you can just be authentic and share, that will carry you much farther than sitting back and having analysis paralysis and needing to know everything about SIM card technology. I mean, whatever it is, just get out there and start sharing your excitement. Understand that. Watch the 6-minute video. Okay, I got it, and I can refer other friends and family and tell them about Solavei, and I can actually get free service. That's all you got to know. Yeah. Keep it simple. So. Yeah. Definitely, and I love the fact that sharing a story, in my opinion, is also harder to refute. You can argue facts all day long, but if I tell somebody that I got free cell phone service, what can they say to that? They can't say no, you don't. I mean, you can prove it to them. So, but so your story, as long as it's true, hopefully you're out there telling the truth, is irrefutable. It's your truth, is what you know to be true. So as long as you have that truth, there's not too much anybody can tell you. I mean, I share the story of this month. Solavei paid my mortgage, so nobody can really say, well, no, it didn't, or that's not true, or that you can't tell me anything. And it also changes your posture. Once you borrow someone else's belief till you get to that level, but once you get your own belief, you're gonna see your posture change. You're a guy who hasn't worked any more shifts in how many months? Extra shifts? Like 6 months.
6 months. See, so nobody can tell Ryan anything. If you're watching this, that's such a powerful story. It's a powerful testimonial. Who can tell him anything? He's at home with his kids. So there it is. But anyway, as we wrap up for this year, we got the socials still going on. This is the last week for the socials for now. We got the regional events coming up. So there's a lot of momentum going on in the company. So Ryan, for this year, let's see, this is March. From March till December, we're on the March to $1 million. What do you want to see happen in your Solavei business?
I mean, honestly, I just want to continue to see. I love what Zig Ziglar says. He says that if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. So I think if you keep your focus on helping other people, I mean, you can draw circles on our board all day long and all multicolors, and it could look wonderful. But I think that stuff's all great, but I think just keep your focus on people. The more people that you can help, I think it's just going to naturally, you'll get blessed in return. So I'm just excited to see people on my team, more people on my team be able to get free service. I want to see as many people as I possibly can become thousandaires, to see Solavei radically change their lives as well. So I mean, we got just an awesome group of individuals, just blowing up my phone, which is a great thing. I love just seeing them get excited, I mean, every little win, I get excited. My brother-in-law got his first trio today. I got another guy who just enrolled, his second person just came on board, and he's trying to save up money and earn extra money so he can go on a mission trip later in the year. And I'm excited to help that come to reality for him. So we've just been blessed, and we just want to help be a blessing to other people. So
That's it. That's it. Wow. Well, in conclusion, I mean, obviously, as we come to the last part of this hangout, I was watching a episode of I don't know if you know Eric Worre with Network Marketing Pro, but he had a good resource. He has a lot of good videos, but he said that a lot of the larger earners in this type of industry, they're always the one who are taking notes. They're constantly looking for that little you can say nugget or a little something that can always take their business to the next level. They don't think they know it all. They're very humble. They know they don't know everything, and they're always willing to talk to people and see what's the next, good idea that can help them take their business to the next level. So my last question to you is, for the people, whether they've been in Solavei since the pre-launch or whether they just signed up 5 minutes ago, what last-minute tips for success do you have for those people who may be looking for that, maybe that little something that can really, that aha moment that maybe you've had in dealing with different types of people when it comes to doing this business to hopefully be successful?
Yeah. I would say I got to meet Zig Ziglar. I went to his church one time. He signed a book, great guy. And I love his quote that it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that will determine your altitude. I'll say that one more time in case somebody didn't get it. It's your attitude, not your aptitude or CDMA, GSM knowledge that will determine your altitude. So the best thing I could tell you is, he also says this, that basically, bathing and motivation don't last. So that's why we recommend it daily. So I would say plug in and just have a good attitude. You're gonna run into walls. You've seen that we've chatted back and forth on Facebook that we hit a wall the other day with the network going down temporarily because of an earthquake. Earthquakes might happen. There might be somebody's going to have an issue with their phone. You might have an issue with your phone, and you might need to change your settings or whatever. So I think at the end of the day, the best thing you could do, whether you've been in this business for 5 months or 5 days or 5 minutes, is just have a good attitude and keep that purpose in front of you. Keep that written on a board. We're working towards getting this cruise because my beautiful wife is awesome, and she is super mom, and I want to see her get on there so bad. So every time that somebody we're able to add somebody, we come in here together. You want to do it? No, I'll do it. And we get the marker. And we put the next tally up, and we high five each other. And you've got to have a great attitude and celebrate the little stuff. Start with the baby steps. Every enrollment we high five each other. You're like, hey, praise the Lord, man. That and when other people get it, we get notifications on our phone that so and so completed their trio. My wife and I look at each other wherever we're at. We're like, yeah, praise the Lord. And just have a great attitude. Have fun, man. We have fun doing this. We do. Just have a great attitude, and I think that's the best thing you can do. That's going to carry you a lot farther than any tool you may acquire between now and whenever. Any, whatever comes along. I mean, just stay focused. There's a lot of shiny objects out there that are going to try to grab your attention. Stay focused on your purpose. Have a great attitude, and I'm really excited where Solavei's going. I'm excited to meet you in Orlando next week or next month, and I'm excited where Solavei's going. I really think the leadership is awesome. I think this company is going to go really far, and we're just so blessed to be a part of it and humbled. So,
amen. This is true. This is true. Okay, well, if anybody's watching this and they want to join your team, what website do they need to go to reach out to you and join you down there in Florida? Or well, I guess all over the world nowadays, but where can they go to join your team?
WeBuildTrios.com.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, Mr. Ryan Floyd, any other parting words? Anybody on your team you want to shout out or highlight real quick before we end this hangout?
No, man, just keep doing your thing, man. Like I said, I think Solavei is blessed to have you. I think the content that you generate is phenomenal. I think the things you put up on Facebook are just ingenious, and glad to know you, glad to be here, and thanks again for having me.
Well, like I said, thank you so much for your time. Above all else, like you said, it's about that time freedom. Money's one thing, money's good, but there's nothing that's more valuable than time, and that's what Solavei can give a lot of people who are willing to put the work in. So, all right, man, I appreciate it. Hang on just one second. I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast, and if you're watching this, you know, you can always feel free to go back, watch the recording, take some notes, and share it with the other people as well. You just heard from a gentleman who hasn't worked an extra shift in 6 months, can spend extra time with his kids. So who do you know that might be able to benefit from hearing that story? And share it with them. All right, but I'm Iman Mitchell, and you guys take